I'm Geraint Watkins, and welcome to the Blues Kitchen. Ain't got a change of a nickel. Ain't got no bounce.
Geraint Watkins is a Welsh singer, songwriter and rock and roll pianist. Over the years, he has played with Nick Lowe, Bill Wyman and Van Morrison, to name a few. Considered by many as the Godfather of UK Americana, his latest album, Rush of Blood, was released in September of 2019. The new LP was produced by Simon Ratcliffe from Basement Jaxx, blending country, R&B, jazz and blues. We discuss the new record, and Geraint performs a version of I Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues, originally by Duke Ellington. And while you're watching, like this video and subscribe to the channel for regular episodes of The Blues Kitchen Presents. Geraint, welcome to The Blues Kitchen.
Pleased to be here.
Man, it's been such a pleasure hearing you perform today. This one feels like quite a special session as well, because we always invite people to come in and do a cover, and you've very kindly obliged and come in and done a Duke Ellington tune, but we've gone full circle. Because maybe a year ago, Pokey Lafarge came in and did one of your tunes.
Yeah, I know.
Only a Rose. And then you very kindly come in and perform that tune on guitar today.
Well, you know.
I suppose what I want to ask you is how it makes you feel when you see other people covering your tunes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah?
I love it. Even if it's a bad one. And there's not many of them, so I mean, it's great. Anyone's great. To me, I think, wow, they listen to my song. And
not just listening, I mean, so much
they
want to dive
learned
into
it. Yeah, and you think, and that Pokey Lafarge one was, I thought, wow, brilliant.
Have you ever had anyone cover your tune that's kind of made you think, I like what they've done with that, I'm going to switch my version round? Have you stuck to your guns?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, there is a bit of that. There's two girls in Cardiff who did Only a Rose. And they do a two-part harmony all the way through. And it's really lovely. In fact, that's what does happen sometimes. I thought, well, I don't need to do this song anymore.
Someone else has taken the burden away.
That's done. That's job done.
Yeah.
Same with Mike Sanchez does Deep in the Heart of Texas.
Right.
And he does it brilliant. And when I heard him doing it, it was like, well, that's it.
Away you go.
He does it better than... I've done it a few times since, but it's like, no, that's it.
It's like a relay race. Pass the baton on.
Which is, well, I think is great.
I like the idea of a song, once it's written, it almost doesn't belong to you anymore.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And whether it's because someone else has covered it, or whether it's because it's been taken on by a group of fans, and they kind of take ownership of it. And it's like, once you've kind of got it out your system and you've got it on tape, then off it goes and it has a life of its own.
Because you don't really write it in the first place, do you? It's not you. It just comes from somewhere. All the good ones.
I mean, there's this thing that people talk, they pluck them out of the air.
I mean, like, Only a Rose for my darling. It's not exactly like, you wouldn't sit down and think, I know, I'm going to write a song about some girl and I'm going to call it. You think, well, can you think of any more words? And you think, well, no, that's... Because the songs you do write, and you think, oh, I'm going to be clever on this. They always just sound rubbish. when you were writing it, but when it just comes from somewhere, which is, I think, magic, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that will talk about the craft of songwriting. That, I don't know, like a Carole King or the kind of, I don't know, people at Motown or something. You can imagine them really working on something. But as you just said, a lot of people...
But I still think Carole King they come from, I think she just finished them off.
Yeah.
They got to come from some of the magic, and you couldn't, especially Carole King.
Yeah, maybe I used the wrong example.
Yeah.
So with your new record, is the writing process still the same? You kind of just wait for those moments of magic?
Yeah, exactly. And it's always been and always it will be, I suppose.
So maybe you could tell us a bit about the making of the record this time.
I'd sort of thought, I think I've had it with this business. You know that feeling, you think I've done, my job's done here. I haven't got any more songs. And you think, well, you've got a couple there, that's quite good. And then Simon Ratcliffe from Basement Jaxx, he's like half of Basement Jaxx. He got in touch with me and said, do you want to get together and do some writing and stuff?
I didn't know that. Okay.
All right, and it's, we'll work together on it. It was like, yeah, all right, yeah.
So did you have any relationship with him beforehand?
No.
So did he get in touch as a fan?
He just really liked In a Bad Mood.
Mm-hmm.
and he just wanted to do something, and he had a bit of time off as well. So it was him that sort of
Got it
wrung a
kickstarted.
few more songs out of me. And he was like, well, what about this one? And he came along with a few ideas that I put words to.
Yeah, yeah.
And so between us, we just meet up, you know, once a week for a few months,
Very casual.
whenever, yeah. And we sort of do stuff on the laptop, you know, like you do. Tick on the and it slowly evolved. And it was like, oh, actually, all this is pretty good. But he did, you know, dragged it out of me.
Right. I'm
I'm
sure
glad
you've
he
got
did
a
now,
few
yeah.
more in there. I'm sure you have.
Well, you know what it's like, you know, because you go, oh. I'm sure everybody does. I mean, maybe Burt Bacharach thinks, oh yes, I've written enough now.
I think if he'd only ever written This Girl's in Love with You, he could have stopped and been like, I'm done.
Yeah, and along with it, like,
Yeah, yeah.
and the list goes on to do with him. You think, blimey, he wrote that as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sheesh.
But I'm really intrigued. I kind of, you know, in my head associated you with essentially roots music and R&B, and whether it's the people you played with or your own records. So how did it work when you start working essentially with someone that's associated with dance music, one half of Basement Jaxx? I mean, you must be coming from two completely different worlds.
Well, yeah, but like we were talking earlier on, he's a musician, you know, and basically he's in the same world as we are,
Okay.
you know, and he plays guitar. So yeah, because I thought that first you think, wow, Basement, he's like sort of. I thought we were going to do, and it's like, no, he just likes the whole thing, like.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
And he's a lovely bloke.
So we're in the Blues Kitchen. I've got to ask you about some of the blues artists that you've played.
Right.
I mean, the list is pretty impressive. I mean, it's a little bit of a who's who if we go through, you
There's
know.
a few, isn't there?
Eric Clapton, Peter Green, Wyman from the Stones, Andy
Yeah.
Fairweather Lowe.
Yeah, all
I've got
right.
some real clangers. Lazy Lester, we were just talking about
Yeah.
this a while ago. Are there any particular highlights, and is there anything that you've
no.
really learned from any of these guys? Or maybe that they've taken from you as well?
Yeah, I've shown him.
You show him how to do
I
it.
showed him all, yeah. Lowell Fulsom, we played with him years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I don't think so. I haven't learned anything from them.
Nothing at all?
No. Especially Bill Wyman.
Not a thing.
Yeah. No, he's great, Bill Wyman.
Well, let's talk
No,
about your
lovely.
choice of cover. You came in and did a Duke Ellington tune, I Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues. But I understand that you first heard the Mose Allison version before
That's
Duke
the one
Ellington,
I
then
heard
kind of-
first, yeah.
Then rewound.
Yeah.
So maybe you could tell us about kind of
Well,
discovering
I thought
that tune.
Mose Allison wrote it.
Right.
And it's taken me a while to learn it, off and on, you know. I think I must learn. I think, no. And because Mose Allison's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
And we owe that to, I don't mean I only listened to him because Georgie Fame sort of
Right.
listened to him, and I learnt a lot from Georgie Fame. I don't know what exactly, but just how to be a musician. And I still am quite achieved because he's brilliant. And I know he's not blues as such, but I learned a lot from him, and I don't know what it was. Anyway, Mose Allison, I thought he wrote it. And because it's quite a complicated song.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound, it's deceiving. But it turns out Duke Ellington wrote it. Along with, you know, Mr. Saturday Dance and Caravan, Take the A Train and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were learning that one, did you take your kind of tick, if you like, from the Mose version, or did you then go back to Duke
No, I
Ellington?
think because I prefer the Mose Allison version. Right. It's good. I like all that jiggery-pokery with the chords. And there's a Robin Ford one. Have you ever heard that one?
I haven't, no.
That's pretty good. He sticks a fancy chord in there. He got a chain of a nickel. He got a bounce in my shoes. He does something weird there, and I still haven't figured that out. It's like, what is that? But it's great.
The great undiscovered chord. The
If
constant
I was
quest.
like going back to Jacob Collier, if I was him, he'd just go, oh yeah, that's what that blah blah, and he'd play it on the thing and the toe. But anyway, that's them. That's the clever boys.
Well, on that, I think it's probably time to introduce your tune, if that's all right.
Okie doke. My name's Geraint Watkins, and this is Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues, written by Duke Ellington. And some other bloke wrote the words, very good words. I should remember his name, shouldn't I? Ain't got no feelings to bruise. And anyway, the version I learnt was the Mose Allison version. Brilliant song. Ain't got a change of a nickel. Ain't got no bounce in my shoes. Ain't got no fancy to tickle. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee that's perking. Ain't got no feelings to bruise. Ain't got a dream that's working. I ain't got nothing but the blues. The joint is jumping, the folks is swaying. I just can't seem to let my head down. Believe me, Pruitt, there's nothing to it. Ever since my little girl left town, ain't got no sleep in my slumber. Ain't got no feeling winnings to lose. Ain't got no telephone number. I ain't got nothing but the blues. The joint is jumping and the folks are swaying. I just can't seem to let my head down. Believe me, Bridget, I can't get with it. Ever since my little girl left town, ain't got no house in Westchester. Ain't got no craft to cruise. Ain't got no basie with Lester. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Yeah. Ain't nothing but the blues, y'all.
Subscribe to The Blues Kitchen for live performances and interviews with the hottest blues, soul, country and roots musicians in the world today.
I'm sitting on the banks of a river, I'm watching the river go by.